Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I would like to share a recipe with you for this wonderful Uzbek dish called Kazan-Kebab, which is fried meat and potatoes cooked a certain way to this mouth-watering perfection in a very traditional pot called Kazan. A kazan is a type of a large cooking pot, mostly cast iron, used very widely in Central Asia, and it has a rounded bottom. It is so popular that this is the best gift you can get to the young couple on their weddings, and it also passed from generation to generation, and the old ones are so valuable that often become a family treasure. To mix food in a kazan, a skimmer is used. This type is very traditional in Uzbekistan and it's called kapkir. For this dish we will need 2 pounds of small potatoes, and I'm using these golden potatoes. I believe they're called creamers. And I am gonna peel the potatoes for this dish. I'm gonna use the vegetable peeler. I haven't used that thing for a long time. I usually peel potatoes with a paring knife, but because those are kind of small, I don't want to take too much of a skin, so I'm gonna use the peeler. And keep your potatoes in the water until we're ready to use them. And now I'm gonna use that not very pretty cutting board because I'm gonna be dealing with the meat. And we are gonna need 4 pounds of beef, especially a beef shoulder for this dish. I'm gonna take this butcher knife. I love this knife, it's by Victorinox. And I'm gonna cut the meat a certain way so it's the same size as our potatoes and not perfectly rectangular, but kind of like that. And if it has the fat, keep the fat because it will help to bring more flavor to this dish. Spices are pretty simple here. 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and that spice, which is cumin seeds. In Uzbekistan they call it also zira. You cannot leave this one out. You have to have it in this dish. It's a must. 1 large onion or 2 medium onions are gonna get sliced half moon, and I am using my santoku knife. I love that thing for specifically cutting the vegetables. And onion is gonna bring a lot of flavor to this dish. You will see. To kind of mix and wake up all the spices, I'm gonna use mortar and pestle. And specifically for the cumin because it came in a seed form, so I'm just gonna smack them a little bit. And we're gonna use them in our recipe. To fry potatoes and meat, we're gonna need 2.5 cups of cooking oil, and use the high smoking point oil. I am using the grapeseed oil. Pour the oil in a kazan and heat it up on high until the perfect frying temperature, 235 degrees Fahrenheit. Or if you don't have a thermometer, just drop a little piece of onion in there. If it starts to sizzle, your oil is ready. Take your potatoes out of the water and using the clean kitchen towel, dry them very well. If you skip this step, they're just gonna be splashing the oil all over the place. We're gonna load them very carefully into kazan and we're gonna fry them up in batches. Don't overcrowd them because you need to reach a perfect color of these potatoes, just like that. Line a large bowl with a paper towel, and then we're just gonna take out our fried potatoes and set them aside. We're gonna do the same thing with the meat. Wash your meat and dry it with the paper towel. Then we're gonna fry our pieces of meat, and the easiest way to get them in this smoking oil is just to kind of slide them like on the slide to the pot, on the side of the pot, and they instantly are gonna get browned, but we need to get them very brown. And the reason this step is done is just to get the most tender meat, because when it's browned outside, all the juicy meat is gonna be sealed with this outer layer. Now we need to take the most oil out of the kazan and just leave in half a cup, and it's pretty much enough to fry up the onions. We're gonna drop our onions in hot oil, and we're gonna cook them not until they're just translucent, but until they are caramelized, just like that. And after that, everything is gonna get loaded back into kazan. So our fried meat is gonna get loaded there and mixed with the fried onion. Then we're gonna add our spices and add a cup and a half of water. In the plov making, this process of cooking the meat, it's called zirvak, when you mix the meat and with the spices and you cook it slightly. Taste your zirvak, and if it has enough salt, then don't add any more, but if it needs more seasoning, add as you desire. Then we're gonna load our fried potatoes, close the lid, and then we need to seal our lid. Sometimes people put a towel between the pot and the lid. I am just gonna seal it with aluminum foil tightly, and to keep it warm and to prevent from the steam from escaping, I'm gonna put a towel over it. Reduce your heat to low and cook it for an hour up to an hour and a half until your potatoes are tender, fork tender or knife tender, and until your meat is knife tender. And then we're gonna serve it. I have this beautiful dish. It's called lagan. It was brought to me by a friend, and that's what's usually used to serve dishes in Uzbekistan, especially plovs and dishes like that. And look at this dish. It's absolutely beautiful. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.